Winners and losers presented by Discover. Let me start because this is a very sentimental one. I can only imagine the emotions that Jeff Skinner is going through.
Right?
He's the only player in NHL history to play north of 1,000 games in the National Hockey League and finally, after all that, play his first postseason game. And for that reason, that guy right there, he's been between two stalls. He's played for bad teams. But now, with the Edmonton Oilers, he gets to make his postseason debut. And the streak is over. Jeff Skinner, you're a winner.
Is over for Jeff Skinner. The streak continues now for our first loser, Rasmus Ristolainen of the Philadelphia Flyers. The new leader for most NHL games played all time without making a playoff appearance. He's up to 776 games. Now, this is going to happen when you spend most of your career with the Buffalo Sabres and then go to a rebuilding Philadelphia Flyers team. But now we are Team Rasmus. We are send SEAL Team 6 into Philly, extract him, put him on a playoff team so his streak can end. But right now, he's the guy. He's the new Jeff Skinner.
Just like his former buddy Zemgus Girgensons. He could have followed that route.
Remember that rap song? Remember the Girgensons rap song they made in Latvia?
I actually don't.
Girgensons.
Is that it?
I mean, that was the chorus, I believe.
I have to find this song now. But yeah, Girgensons went to the Lightning. Yeah. And now he's going to play in a postseason. He was third on the list, by the way, but that's going to be gone too. Winner, Canada. You mentioned it. 5 of 7 teams making it to the postseason. Only Calgary, who fought valiantly for most of the season, and the Canucks are on the outside looking in. We got the Battle of Ontario. We got the President's Trophy winners, the Jets, for the first time in their franchise history. So things are looking on the up north of the border. Can it be done?
There is definitely a reality in the multiverse in which our Stanley Cup final is Winnipeg and Toronto. So get your passports fired up, hockey writers, because that's how it could end up being. Look, like I said, Toronto's back end, their defense, extremely impressive to go along with Mitch Marner, 100-plus point season, Willie Nylander, 45 goals, of course, Austin Matthews. And then Winnipeg, look, their ceiling's the cup. If Connor Hellebuyck can go on the revenge tour, I think he'll go on to prove that the last 2 postseasons where Winnipeg did not make it past Game 5 of the first round were aberrations for him. Their offense is great. The best power play in the NHL, and the right mindset, Arda, we'll talk about this later, the right mindset approach where what you do in the regular season doesn't matter. It's all about being prepared for the postseason, which is the right mindset to have when you're trying to overcome the President's Trophy curse this season. Dun,
dun. A loser.
Yeah.
America.
Well.
Original 16.
Thank you. ... Yeah, it's okay. So this is the first postseason we've had, right, Arda, without Boston, without the Rangers, without Detroit, and without Chicago.
Yeah.
The first time all 4 of them have missed the same playoff. Obviously, Chicago, we know they're in a rebuild. Boston, we didn't realize they'd be in a rebuild, but based on what they did at the trade deadline, they're clearly in one. The Rangers, they kind of fell apart towards the end of the season and have problems on the ice and off the ice. And Detroit, what are we in now? Well, it feels like year 15 of the Yzer plan. It's not that long, but it feels like it. All these teams missed for various and sundry reasons. The U.S. Original 6 teams, big losers because the Canadian Original 6 teams, Toronto and Montreal, are ensconced in playoff seeds.
Winner, our producer Brian's mother-in-law. Why do I say that? Because Sidney Crosby had a very good NHLPA player poll result. He is once again voted the most complete player with a percentage of 33.81. Sasha Barkov was second with 30.95. If you're choosing one player in the NHL to win a face-off for you, the NHL players who took the survey voted in large part for Sidney Crosby. He came in first in that category and also came in first smartest player overall at 27%. Just north of that, Nikita Kucherov was second.
So again, congrats to Brian's mother-in-law, Sidney Crosby, super fan. My favorite part of the smartest player category that Sid won, by the way, is that these players clearly don't know what the category means. I think it's supposed to mean like hockey sense, and that's why Crosby is first and Kucherov is second. But then Adam Fox finished fifth in the voting, which tells me they're also like, who went to Harvard? This guy went to Harvard. He must be smart. And so they made him fifth overall. But congrats to Sid. Like, he's the old guy still got it, man. His peers still put him over to be one of the best players in the league in these polls. Yeah.
All right. What else?
The loser for me here, though, also going off these NHLPA polls, Connor Hellebuyck. We just mentioned Connor Hellebuyck before. He's on the revenge tour. He's trying to prove that he is an outstanding postseason goalie. And maybe that's what he needs to prove to get the respect of his peers. Connor Hellebuyck finishes third in the voting for the top goaltender in the NHL based on his peers. Andrei Vasilevsky ahead of him, Igor Shesterkin ahead of him. Look, this guy's going to win back-to-back Vezina trophies. He leads in every goaltending category for goalies with at least 35 games played, both in traditional stats and fancy stats. But Arda, the thing he doesn't have is playoff success. And you don't even have to win the cup. Remember when Henrik Lundqvist led the Rangers to the Stanley Cup final? That was good enough. Then we're just like, you did fine. You're amongst the greats now because you carried your team that far. All Hellebuyck has to do is get the Jets to a championship situation. I think he'll finally earn the respect of the fans, the pundits, and the peers. But right now, that's the missing piece. He's got all the hardware he can want as an individual. He needs the postseason team success.
Speaking of respect, winner, Ovechkin's .895 celebration. I loved the pomp and circumstance. I loved stopping the game. I loved the entire ceremony. I also loved the handshake lines from the various teams, Islanders and others, that have shown respect for Alex Ovechkin. Even Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin buying him a Rolex after the last game of the regular season and presenting it to him. So I just love the entire vibe that this great chase has brought, and also the moment itself. It was a great goal. It was from his office. It wasn't a typical Ovechkin goal, but it was in the vicinity. So I just love everything about it.
Yeah, I was a little upset when he didn't complete the hat trick on home ice to get the empty netter. Pop the home fans, but I was there for the record-breaking game on Long Island, and I have to say I was wrong. Like the way he scored it, the unpredictability of the moment, the catharsis of scoring it from the Ovi spot, it was the perfect ending for the Gretzky record chase. But here's the thing. The big loser for me is every goal he scores after that. Where's the pomp and circumstance? Every time Ovechkin scores, it's a new record. He's building on his legacy. We should have Wayne Gretzky have to follow this guy every single game of Ovechkin's career for the next year as he continues to pile on this record. I wanted ceremonies for 896, 897. Instead, it's just hugs and kisses from the teammates as per usual. Where is the celebration of every record-breaking goal that he continues to score after the record breaker?
I predict we will not get a bench clear for goal 900, even though you probably would in every other circumstance. It's just a little too close to 895.
Yeah.
I do think we would get one for 1,000. If he gets to 1,000 goals, we will get a bench clear hug at center ice for Ovechkin.
That'd be a lot of goals in his last season. But let me ask you this. Our colleague John Buccigross famously was one of the first, maybe the first person.
He was the first,
to say that Ovechkin was going to break Gretzky's record. He made mention of the fact that Austin Matthews has reached, 500 goals? Like
he will probably reach 500 goals before he turns 30 and faster than Ovechkin.
Faster than Ovechkin.
He said that last night on ESPN, yes.
Yeah. I bugged him about it, and he kind of hedged on making the prediction. Do you think Austin Matthews is going to catch Ovechkin?
So here's the thing. Bucci said on the air that he's retiring from making big predictions, which I respect because he's made the ultimate prediction, and his Hall of Fame Mount Rushmore prediction status is cemented. Bucci, you've done it. Congratulations. Like that. No one's taking that away from you ever.
Right.
I'll go ahead because I have not made predictions like that.
Oh.
Austin Matthews is going to break Ovechkin's record if he stays healthy. There, I said it. I'm putting it out there.
If he stays healthy,
clip it.
That's the entire ball game if he stays healthy.
Correct. But I'm saying he will produce. No, but that's why Ovechkin did it. That's why Ovechkin did it.
And
if Austin Matthews, you could argue, inarguable. He's scoring at a faster rate at this point in his career than Alex Ovechkin is. If Austin Matthews stays healthy and continues on this path, this path of goal scoring acumen, which I believe he can, then he will break Ovechkin's record. Clip this and let's play it in 15 years.
Last thing I'll say, Gretzky was right. It's not the first 500 you score. It's the ones that come after that when your body is breaking down and the travel gets to you. It's the smartest thing Gretzky said in a while. Bar is low. But I think that he's right, and I think the health that Ovechkin had will not befall other players.
Yeah, Austin Matthews could we've already seen it, right?
Yeah.
Like it's quite possible that he will not reach it just simply due to injuries, health, whatever. But hey, here's hoping.